New introduction here. I want to get everybody's attention for what I feel will be a lucrative opportunity. It's the first ever NYSE marijuana IPO. We're making history here, and I feel this is just the first stepping stone in what is going to be the start of many IPOs on both the NASDAQ and the NYSE. I feel we're going to have a marijuana sector and marijuana ETFs in the future, and this is just step number one. If you are familiar with the industry, that's all I have to say. I know you're interested already. If this is new to you, this is going to be, in my opinion, the greatest financial opportunity in our lifetimes. This has never happened before. We have an established tens of billions dollar industry that the floodgates are going to open. It's becoming more and more legitimate legally, and this is just step number one. So Innovative Industrial Properties is the company. The ticker is IIPR. It is a real estate REIT that invests in medical marijuana facilities. And for this IPO, we have a new website, www.mjipo.com. I put together an hour of research video going through the filings, researching the company and the executives, and establishing a game plan, looking at some other IPOs and how they have traded. We're going to have a chat room with live Q&A during that day, Tuesday, November 22nd. And we'll also have the live webcam where I'll be showing our charts, going over, pointing out key support and resistance levels, looking at the volume that's coming in. I'm really looking forward to this opportunity. I hope you will join us. Thanks for tuning in. Let's get into the charts. Looking at gold on the weekly, daily, we'll zoom on in time frames. Starting with the weekly, the bulls are attempting a bullish reversal candlestick, and if we close here or better on the week, it is a clear bullish reversal candlestick forming a higher low compared to the must-hold 1200 level. Now the question will be, is it just going to be another lower high before heading back to the downside? We've got a downtrend resistance line on the daily to be watching, and you can really draw it at a couple different angles determining or depending on where you start that downtrend line. So there's a couple of levels to be watching on a bounce, but that's getting a bit ahead of ourselves. We need to close the week strong, and then we need to confirm it the following week, next week. And on the daily time frame, we can see it was an inside candlestick, and the high of 2 days ago, 1231.25, and it actually wasn't an inside candlestick. I take that back. We did break it by 23 cents, but it's very clearly a tightening range. And we zoom into the hourly time frame and see that very clearly. Zoom back and look at that resistance line that we put in yesterday, and rejecting 1, 2, 3 times from 1231. The highest price we saw was 1231.48, and bulls are holding on, and they need to see some upside. That level breaking will be a clear short-term bull move. You can see all the price action the past couple days down there. And if we break 1231.48, we're then working back up here. And there's not a ton of resistance up until 1250s. So you can see a couple candlesticks with some tops, but same scenario where we had that all-out dump and we played that bounce back to 1300. Because of the severity of that dump, there wasn't a ton of resistance. So it's the same thing playing out, where if we get above this level, looking for some extended short-term upside because of the lack of resistance until the mid-1250s. So today with the miners, it was a bit of a change in the correlation. The S&P 500 stayed strong and stayed green today, but we didn't see that inverse correlation with gold. If we had, we would have seen gold down at 1215 or lower, because the S&P 500 was up at the highs of the reaction to the election, and gold, you can see that's the low of their election reaction down at 1211, and we were nowhere near that level. So trading sideways allowed the bull miners to react specifically just to the market without gold really being a factor. And looking at the daily chart for NUGT, we confirmed the bullish reversal candlestick, closed up near the high of the day. The only downside was it wasn't on increasing volume like the bulls would have liked to have seen. So it is potential that this is a bear flag, just short-term oversold bounce before continuation to the downside. But the next couple of days will let us know if that is the case or not. So the sideways trading of gold and the strength of the markets certainly favored the bulls. If that correlation were still inverse and gold was back down to that 1211 level, we wouldn't have seen nearly as bullish action as we did see. JNUG, same thing. Confirmation, higher low, higher high, bullish reversal candlestick confirmed. And next resistance on JNUG is $9. And for NUGT, we're really looking up at $10 psychological. And then previous support, now resistance, $10.62. So there is still some upside potential. And if gold breaks that 1231 level either overnight or in the morning, we will look for those bull names to continue. Now on the other side of the coin, you could be looking and scouting out for a bear entry. We know JDST and Dust have the uptrend over the past 3 months. So they're consolidating. It's on decreasing bear volume. And we're looking to form support as we backtest these moving averages. Look at the 10, 20, 50, and 100-day moving average, all between $27 and $30 essentially. So upper 20s has some nice moving average support. We'll look to see if the bulls can hold that level on a pullback. And checking in on Dust, much lower volume for the bears. And this is healthy consolidation after a breakout, normal and healthy, and looking for support off moving averages. So if you're day trading and short-term trading these names, you're looking for some continuation for the bulls tomorrow, especially if we break 1231 in gold, but you're looking for a entry in these bear names once gold does top out. And obviously if gold were to be unable to break 1231 and it does head back down to the 12 teens, and we'll be looking for a bearish break and continuation down to 1200. So pretty much trading straight across, and we're going to see a clear break tomorrow, either above 1231 or back down towards 1211, and obviously that will have a heavy impact on what we see on these miners. So short-term bull miners look good into tomorrow, but again, that can all change in pretty much 1 hour, depending on the reaction to the economic data we have coming out tomorrow. So need to be very aware. But bulls in control for the past 2 days, scouting bull entry in JDST and Dust back at these moving average supports. I appreciate you watching. We'll check back in tomorrow as always. Have a great night.